What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about engine management, so all the wiring that I'm going to be doing for the motor as well as fuel system. So to my knowledge, there's about 2 to 3 different ways you can wire up the motor in the 3-valve. So you can go the route that I'm going is by using harnesses from pigtails from the 5.0 harness and pretty much mating the 2 harnesses together. So 4/6 harness with the 5.0, which is what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, I'll get more into it a little bit later when I'm actually doing it, explain a little bit more, but yeah, that's the plan. If you plan on doing somewhat the same swap or the same swap exactly, you can buy a control pack from Ford, or you get it off LMR, CJ Pony Parts, Power by the Hour, companies like that supply them. Control packs come with pretty much everything you need, the basic necessities for the Coyote swap. O2 sensors, computer, harness, main harness, things like that. The last way you can do the swap is actually getting a wrecked 5.0 2011 to 14 Mustang, a wrecked one if anything, and literally take out all the harnesses and swap them into your own 3-valve chassis. And yeah, that's about the most simplest way, also probably the most expensive, just because you would have to buy the entire car. So yeah, the route that I'm going is pretty much what's saving me the most money, because I know the control packs cost a little bit more, but actually finding the pigtails that I'm using is the difficult part. Thankfully I was able to find them. However, yeah, they did take a while to get here. So yeah, so let's get started. Okay guys, so as I was saying, here's the wiring setup, right? So I'm using the stock 5.0 engine harness, and the body harness is what I'm going to be modifying. So you can see I have repair harnesses here, I have them labeled. This is the transmission harness for the 5.0 as well. So what we're going to be doing is pretty much, like I said, mating the 2 together. The 4/6 body harness with the 5.0, using the 5.0 70 pin connector. So yeah, so that's the one. These are the ones that connect to the actual PCM. Obviously I don't have it here, so I can't show you guys, but yeah, so this I was going to be using one of the inline connectors from the same 5.0 harness. We got the MAF sensor harness from the 4/6, and yeah, and then we also got to modify the transmission harness as well. I believe the speed sensor as well as the reverse switch, that way it can work with my transmission, since I kept the stock TR3650 from the 3-valve. Aside from that, I mean, it's pretty much as simple as it gets. So real quick before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to Matt from Make It Modular. So if it wasn't for him and doing his own Coyote swap in his 3-valve, wiring it up and everything, and making a spreadsheet with pretty much where everything goes, I wouldn't be able to do the swap like this. So huge shout out to him. Any question that they have, he always answers, gives me the best advice he can. So huge shout out to that guy. If you guys want to watch any of his videos, I'll make sure to leave his channel linked below, because if it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be happening right now, to be honest. Yo, what's up guys? So this is pretty much going to be a continuation from the last time-lapse or video that you guys saw. But what we're gonna be doing is run the wiring finally for the engine, so the management or whatever, and then throw on the intake manifold. Also finally bolt back in the fuse box as well as the battery, you guys can see there. So yeah, you guys just pretty much gonna be on a time lapse, that way you guys can see. And yeah, so let's get to it. Okay guys, so here's what we're leaving off for today. Got the computer in, fuse box in, all the harnesses are plugged on the motor obviously. Here's where most of the wiring is going to happen. So you guys can see everything's disconnected, but so tomorrow we should start on that. Got the radiator fan in, AC condenser also mounted. Just need to finish the fuel lines. You can see it right there. And yeah, then we gotta put the intake on, load in the tune. Once that's all done, plug in the battery, and we're set. So fuel system things. All right, so first and foremost, got a Corvette fuel filter. Has pretty much everything I need for the return line and everything, and it also mounts up to stock location, sort of. But yeah, so got the fuel filter here. Next, I'll show you guys what I'm running for the fuel pump. Oh, so I got a Dishworks, I believe it's a 450. I'm not too sure. Oh, 340, my bad. 340, 40 psi. Pretty much plug and play kit from Dishworks. So I'm running a full AN, 6 AN lines, all the way from the fuel pump back. Got all the fittings, the PTFE lines. If you guys want to do the same exact setup, you guys need to make sure that you get PTFE lines because they're compatible with the E85. You guys can see right there. So I went with all vibrant lines. You don't have to. I went with them just because I know that they're good quality. So yeah, see, some of the lines or some of the fittings I didn't get from Vibrant just because they didn't have them in stock, but you should work just as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the fuel system. As you guys can see, I already pulled out the back seats. The fuel pump is right here. So first and foremost, I gotta move more of the stuff out of the way. Kind of already did. Got a little bit of mess in here just because of all the parts I have and tools and whatnot. But we're gonna work on getting this seat out first, clean that up a little bit, vacuuming it out because it's pretty dirty. And yeah, so let's get started. Debris and dirt, not the dirt, but there's a lot of little like crumbs and whatnot. I don't even know why nobody goes in the back seats, but yeah, I'll wipe everything down, that way it looks like really clean afterwards, just because I know I'm going to be making a mess in here anyway. So yeah, so if I'm correct, it should come off, and I'm gonna need a screwdriver. All right, so got my screwdriver here. Should pop out. Not too sure why it's not. It is on this side, right? I don't even know. Maybe should. I think so. There it is. Okay. You guys can see right there, there's a fuel pump, fuel hat, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we just got to get it disconnected, get it off that locking ring right there, and it should come right out. Alright guys, so now this little rubber piece is off, the grommet, pretty much you just want to take out the clip, right? Take out the clip, and then you can see the actual fuel line here. You guys need to be careful when you take this off, just because it will spill gas. So I got my rag here just to try it up. Yeah, so you take it off, move to the side. I'm gonna cover this because I don't want it to leak all over the place. And yeah, so next we're pretty much gonna get a screwdriver like so, a hammer, and we're gonna hit this little ring that's right here. Just because I don't have the actual tool to get this off, but it's all right. So it's all right, we can get it this way anyway. So yeah, so Let's do that real quick. Okay, so we got the ring off. Now, usually you want to do this with the tank almost empty, just because it's gonna spill up. It's gonna spill some fuel. Now, I didn't know that prior, so learn from my mistake. But, yeah, I mean, the locking ring is out and it's done. Got my rags here just to clean up any mess that happens, because I don't want this smell of fuel. But, looks like we'll be able to get this off. Let's take that out of the way. You guys can see the ring there. It's out the way. And slowly and carefully, you want to take out the pump because you don't want to damage anything. Oh, I can't see shit of what I'm doing, which I don't like. Now bear with me here. Just put you guys on time lapse, because I don't know how long it's gonna take. Okay, so got the pump out. So it was a little difficult, just because there was another line. You guys can see here was another line that you needed to unclip. That's on the side of the fuel pump, but got it all out. And yeah, so next what we're gonna be doing is installing the actual fuel pump from Dishworks. And yeah, so I'll show you guys the process of that as well. You guys can see, got the fuel pump out, the whole assembly. You got the little floater here, little filter. So like I said, we're gonna be changing that out with this Dishworks pump, 340, I believe. Like I said earlier, it is plug and play. However, in any case that it's not, we do have a little wiring thing with the provided clip, so that way it does work. But yeah, we also got a filter, clamp, not too sure what that is, but yeah, so the actual fuel pump is that little thing with the green on it right there, and right in there. So pretty much gotta take that off. And yeah, so I believe we need to cut this piece off, disconnect it from there, take off this filter, just unbolt it here, and it should come right out. So yeah, once again, I'll put you guys on time lapse, that way you guys can watch. So let's get started. So got the pump all taken care of. As you guys can see, new one's in, new hose plugged in, everything's back together. So now here we got my Vibrant Performance 6AN fuel cell fitting, bulkhead fitting. So what we got to do now is pretty much drill a hole in the top hat of the fuel cell or fuel pump. You guys can see I have it marked there. And pretty much drill a hole, get this on, and that'll be our return feed for our new lines. Guys, so got the hole drilled out for the bulkhead fitting. This one right here. So now all we gotta do is give me a second here. Give me a second here. Give me another second. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. All right. So we put that there. Right. I'll just hold that with my knee. Put the crush washer. And then the nut in the back. And tighten it. And then that's done. So yeah, I'm gonna put Loctite on this, but well, just in case, you know, because last thing we want is for that to get loose and have a fuel leak somewhere. So put some Loctite on this, tighten this up, and throw it back in the car. So we're back in the car. We've got the fuel pump right here. Bulkhead on, tighten. Pretty much gonna put it back in the same way we took it back, or same way we took it out. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. I don't think I can, but let's give it a try. I don't want to get that floater messed up. And that fucking line is in the way. All right. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys down and get this in. Hey guys, after a little bit of struggle, it's back in. It's on look good. We're gonna connect the line back in place. Okay, so once you hear that click, you know you're good. Get back out this. Clip that in as well. And I'm not gonna put this grommet back on yet, just because I need to run the line underneath the car. Put the fitting on here, and then I can put it back on. But for now, pretty much done. Cool. Alright guys, so next what we're gonna do is swap out the fuel filter and try and make the line for the fuel filter back to the fuel pump, so the return line. So first and foremost, we gotta get off this plastic piece, just a few 10mm screws, and then after that, then I'll show you guys what to do about the fuel filter. You know, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's at least like 3 spiders in there. Someone get some brake clean, and hopefully they don't fucking try and bite me. Aside from that though, pretty sure we can get the fuel filter off from here, along with running the line, so that's good. Yeah, so take off the fuel filter is actually really easy. So you have these quick disconnect clips, so you push on both sides and push out, pretty much. Same thing with this one, and then unbolt it here, and the whole thing should pretty much slide out. Yeah, so I don't really have anything to put you guys on, so I might just have to do this without recording. So, got the fuel filter off. Obviously the lines are disconnected and everything. So, the new fuel filter comes with this bracket. However, I think I can probably modify a stock one. That way I can mount it in the stock location and everything. And it's pretty much like OEM plus. So, yeah, so I'm thinking I'll give this a little cut, stretch it out a little bit, and try and put it around this one. So we'll see. Because we're back with another little update. So check it out. Like I said previously, I just made a split in the middle to fit the bigger fuel filter. Now I got our OEM line connected up top, and this would be the return line, which I have a fitting here. I obviously need to get the PTFE line and actually make the line, but this is pretty secure for not having a bolt in it. However, you can see there's a hole here so that I can put a bolt. Now, my plan is that if in any case if this ever gives me issues, I'll just drill a hole, put a rib nut, and pretty much just put a bolt in there. But until then, I mean, this will work just fine. Regardless of anything, it's attached to the lines, and the lines are pretty strong. So even if it were to come off of the bracket, I highly doubt it'll fall off. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, just a quick update. Now attach the line, make the AN line, and yeah, so let's get to it. All right, so here we got everything we're gonna need for this return line. So we got a 90 degree fitting that's gonna go onto the fuel pump. Then we got a straight swivel hose in that's gonna go from the fuel filter. So pretty much it's this line to 90, and that's it. So yeah, I only got a 10-foot roll because I was told that it should be enough. So yeah, so let's take out the packaging and see what's up. Okay, so this video right here is pretty much like days after that last one. Now, after dealing with some issues with the fuel system, lines, fuel filter, etc., got it all sorted out. So that's all set up pretty well. It's good to go pretty much. Now, my main concern now is literally just wiring. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but I'm not gonna do a control pack or nothing like that. I'm pretty much wiring it, not so much from scratch, but I'm gonna be using the 4.6 harness and pairing it with the 5.0 harness. That way it works like factory pretty much. As you guys can see, I got a lot of things labeled from where they go to where they go. Sorry about that. To where they go, and I got a bunch of loose wires everywhere. Now, okay, so as I was saying, now you guys can see it looks like a total mess right now, but I promise it's organized in my head anyway. But anyway, here's a connector we're gonna be using to make the 5.0 to the 4.6 harness, which is this one right here. We also have repair style harnesses from Ford to connect to, like, say this one right here. This one's gonna be completely cut off and wired into that one, but that's a different story. And then this one right here, this plug pretty much came off the 5.0 harness as well. Now that's pretty much all you need for the actual wiring part, and just the pin layouts, wiring diagrams, whatever you want to use to figure out where everything goes. And yeah, it's not simple, but it's really tedious, kind of confusing at times. But I mean, honestly, this is a lot cheaper option than, say, going with a control pack. So this is why I'm doing it. Also, I don't want to have to run 2 computer boxes or 2 PCMs because there's literally no space for another one. I don't even know where I would put it. So there's that. Now, I did start already on trying to get the MAF wired up. So you guys can see it's shrink wrapped right there. I'm gonna loop it over here, tuck it nicely. It'll be underneath the radiator cover, so you guys won't even see this. But it's pretty much like 4 wires. So here's 2. So the one's wired over here, and this last one I'm actually having an issue with. It's supposed to go to pin 2 on this connector down here, and it's not there. So I had to punch it out, make a brand new pin, and yeah, no idea why that happened, but it happened and I gotta fix it. So yeah, Now, the main reason why I'm not going into much detail about how to wire this is because there's already videos on it. Like I previously stated earlier on in the video, Matt Sopa, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but if I did, cool. If not, sorry. Yeah, he pretty much covered everything you need, how to do it. So like I said earlier, I'll link it down below. You guys can watch those videos for yourself. By all means, if you want to do that route, go ahead. You can follow his videos. That's what I'm doing. You guys can see it's worked for me so far. And yeah, so next you guys are pretty much just going to see a bunch of time lapses of me doing this, just because, like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail, as well as I need to constantly look back and forth between spreadsheet and obviously focusing on what I'm doing. So yeah. Okay, so we got this C110 trans all done. The ones we didn't use, we shrink wrap. That way, once we get taped up, you won't see it. I didn't want to cut them, just because in any case, I needed them for something. Maybe down the line, they're there. But yeah, once we get this all taped up, it'll look nice and neat and tucked or whatever. Now, next we're gonna be moving on to this this one down here. You guys can barely see it, but damn, look how cold it is. My hands are dry as shit. Anyway, C146 connector. It's only like 4 wires, so shouldn't be long. After that, we're gonna tackle a main harness, which would be this one, from the 4.6, and connecting most of those wires to this one down here. So yeah, let's get to it. Really quick, I just want to update. So I've actually finished this connector as well as the one down here off camera, just because I wanted to see how it's gonna go, and you know, just in case I had to mess up. It did take me kind of long, but you guys can see it's pretty much done. So pretty much all I need left is this main body harness connector and the 4.6. So pretty much these wires go into here, and that's it. After that, I should be able to prime the car, turn over the key and whatnot, and yeah, so let's get to it. Ready?